Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's episode of The Fishing Teacher. And man, I appreciate you guys carving out some time in your day to spend with me on the video and swinging by the channel here. I really appreciate that. And guys, today we're going to be talking about common rookie mistakes that a lot of anglers make. And this is just not, when you're talking about rookie mistakes, you're not talking about just people that are getting started in fishing and don't know much about it. We're talking about rookie mistakes that a lot of anglers make, even good anglers. So I'm going to identify a few of those, what they are, some of the most common ones, and maybe bring them to your attention a little bit. And by just simply being aware of the fact that these are rookie mistakes, it's going to save you losing a lot of fish. It's going to get you more bites and just get more fish in the boat in general here. Also, guys, before we get started, one of the things I'm getting ready to start doing here on the channel, all three of my channels, is I'm going to do some type of rod and reel product reviews for the holidays. If you guys are looking for some gift ideas. Guys, one I've been using the last couple of weeks that I really like, if you guys are looking for a good spinning reel, this is that Lew's Hypermag spinning reel. This is the 3000 series. It's got 11 ball bearings, holds 160 yards of 10-pound line, 6.2 to 1 gear ratio retrieve. Just a really, really good spinning rod at a good price. So I'll put this reel in my Tackle Warehouse link in the description of this video. If you guys are interested, pick one up. Using that link's a good way to support the channel and get you a good reel there too. And also, guys, before we get started, thank you very much for taking time to hit that subscribe button here to The Fishing Teacher. Really appreciate that. Appreciate all you guys that have become channel members of The Fishing Teacher. A big thank you from me and my family. And before we get started here, guys, I got to get the dang chickens out of the tackle room here. I usually let them out a little bit. Go on, get. Come on. I usually try to let them out in the evening a little bit. We got their pen they get in, and they come in the tackle room here and they poop everywhere. So I don't know what it is. They just like coming in the room here. Okay, common rookie mistakes, man. Let's identify what they are. There's a lot of different ones out there. Some are probably a little bit more impactful than the others. But I just sort of want to go through a list of some that you really need to be aware of. It's definitely going to help you, have a lot more successful day on the water here. Those dang chickens here, guys, I'm going to close the garage door. Sorry about the hesitation. I got to get them out of here because it's like they come in the garage specifically just to poop, it seems like. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Okay, back to rookie mistakes here. First rookie mistake that you guys got to be aware of is not retying enough. Now, this sounds like a very common mistake that people make, but guys, I can tell you right now, I retie a lot. And the people that I fish with, a lot of the co-anglers especially I fish with, I never see them retying. It's like they just go on and on and on and use the same knot all the time. And guys, you need to be retying. If you say, for example, if you're fishing for an 8-hour day, on average, you need to be retying at least a dozen times during the day, maybe even more depending upon the type of cover you're fishing, because what happens is your line can get frayed by a myriad of things underwater. You have no idea what's down there. And just the fact that your lure is bouncing across the bottom, or you're coming over a log with a crankbait or something, or you're just coming in contact with any object, it can cause an abrasion on your line. And the abrasion, you might not be able to feel it very good. It's like, the best way to do it is to put it between your lips, because that's a lot more sensitive. But if you feel any abrasion whatsoever, guys, just take the time to retie. It's not a big deal. Any abrasion that you have in your line is going to reduce the pound test of your line. If you even have a slight little rough abrasion area, it can take your pound test in half. And also, even if you don't come in contact with anything, say for example, you're chunking a spinnerbait out in open water or throwing a top water where you're not coming in contact with anything, your knot can get fatigued and it can get damaged just from the force of the cast. So try to retie as much as you can, at least once every 30 minutes if you think you don't even need it. That is a really big deal with that. Okay, next with that, same sort of on the same type of lines, is you have to inspect your hooks, because a lot of times when you are fishing all day long, say a crankbait or something, a lot of times your hook point will get dulled. You don't even know it, or your hook point will get bent out just a little bit. That makes a huge difference. Your hook points need to be needle sharp all the time, and you don't want to have any type of a bend in your hook out, because Anytime that you bend the hook, it weakens the integrity of that hook. And when you're talking about penetrating in a hard bony part of the fish's mouth, you got to have that sharp needle point hook. So take the time to inspect your hooks all the time when it comes with that. Next, another rookie mistake that you can make is when you get a backlash or you get a line fluff, say for example in a spinning reel or a backlash, you have got to be very, very aware of the fact that any time that you cast out there and get, even if it's a small backlash and you have to peel it out a little bit, anytime that you get a backlash, you have created friction on that line. And that line is going to be weakened from that friction from the backlash. Because even if you have like a little loop in your line, think about this on your spinning rods and your bait casters. How many times have you made a cast and you can hear it coming there, like there's a tiny loop in the spool, and you can hear your line running over that spool. You know what I'm talking about. Anytime that happens, guys, you have got to probably re-spool. I'm not saying you have to re-spool after every single backlash, but if you get a significant backlash where your line is sort of kinky a little bit, take time just to spool that off and put some new line on your reel. Unless you're just fun fishing and you don't care, you know, if you're going to lose them or not. If you're definitely in a competitive situation, you need to re-spool all the time. Another common rookie mistake people make, guys, is on their trolling motor. They come into a piece of cover either too fast or too slow. This sounds like a minor deal, but guys, it is huge. When you're talking about approaching cover with your boat and a trolling motor, one of the biggest, if not the biggest rookie mistake that I see people make is they come in either too close to the cover, they come in too far away from the cover, they come in too fast on the cover, or they creep up too slow to the cover. You have to work on approaching that cover at the right distance, at the right pace, to where you glide into that piece of cover from the appropriate distance. Now, the appropriate distance depends upon your technique. If you're pitching and flipping, your distance needs to be closer. If you're tossing a spinner bait or chunking out of topwater, maybe far away. But when you come up to anything, you know, lily pad, point, boat dock, or whatever, you know, you don't want to come into that piece of cover on your trolling motor where you glide into that piece of cover too fast and have to reverse your trolling motor and throw out a bunch of big prop wash. Throwing out prop wash against the area that you're fishing is a huge rookie mistake. You don't ever want to do that. I remember that's one of my buddy Aaron Martins that passed away a few years ago. That was one of the things, that was one of his biggest pet peeves, is like prop washing the cover that you're fishing, even if you're not close to it. I'm talking about even if you're 10 foot away from the cover and you reverse your trolling motor to back up, that prop wash will be felt in that cover and those fish react to it. Another, you know, common rookie mistake a lot of people make is they basically have a problem judging the potential of an area. They either spend too long in an area or they don't spend long enough. And one of the things that you really need to work on in your fishing is to correctly assess the potential that an area has. The potential that an area has lays within, you know, a lot of different factors. It lays within how big of an area is, lays within the diversity of cover that it has, the options for a fish to have, the proximity to deeper water. And one of the biggest rookie mistakes I see people make is they either spend too much time on an unproductive area or they leave a productive area too soon by not understanding the potential of that area. So to avoid this rookie mistake is before you leave or stay in an area, take time to note the potential that area has as far as to hold a large population of fish. And normally the more cover that you have and the more diverse the cover is in an area, the larger, you know, group of fish that, you know, can potentially live in that particular area. And finally, there's a bunch more, but I don't want this video to go on to ever. Next one is when you're casting your lure, is letting that lure land with too hard of a splash. Now, a lot of times you can't help it, but a lot of times you can. One of the things, big rookie mistake I see people make is their baits land in the water too loud and they allow that bait to sink before they start reeling. Now, one of the things you want to do to avoid this is if you're casting out there, especially if you're using a bait that you're retrieving like that, before that lure hits the water, stop it with your thumb bar to slow the trajectory and the speed of that bait to where it lands at a softer, you know, impact. and then get that bait moving immediately. Don't throw it out there. Don't throw your spinner bait out there and let it splash in the water and sink down a foot or two and then start reeling it. Throw that spinner bait out there, stop it with your thumb bar, get it reeling as soon as it hits the water. That will generate a lot more strikes, and that's a big rookie mistake that people make with that. So that's just a few, guys. We could go on for a long time with this, but I just wanted to make you aware more than anything else. If there's one thing that you can remember, or two things, don't come into a piece of cover on your trolling motor too fast, and retie often. Those are the two things that a lot of people do that really cost them a lot of fish. So anyway, I hope it helps out, guys, and we'll check in later.